let's talk about day two. Let's talk about day two, y'all. That was just day one. Ooh. Day two, we like, day one's not gonna ruin the trip. Day one's not gonna ruin the whole trip. We had a bad taste in our mouth for real to start off with, but it's not gonna ruin the trip. We did buggies. The buggy excursion off of Viter as well. Like the one that takes you to the cave and Macawa Beach. So it was, oh my goodness, the cave was so gorgeous, y'all. And the whole buggy experience, it was exhilarating. I do recommend this excursion. And the beach was beautiful as well. Interaction we did get. And I gotta say, they were more attentive to us. Like I said before, we would ask questions and just get stared at and just unhelpful responses. So I will insert like some clips of the cave, the beach. I could probably get a clip of Coco Bungo as well. But I feel like this is where the scamming started. Especially when it came to the photos, this is where the scamming started. So y'all know how on the excursions, they have all these beautiful scenic places where you could take your photos. You could take your photos on the buggies and at the beach and by the cave. So we did all those. And we were optimistic about buying photos. We never, like, we photo girls, we photogenic. So we don't mind paying for photos. That wasn't a problem. The problem was when this man was talking about $70 for 30 photos. This was day one. Because there was multiple times throughout the trip we had opportunities to pay for photos. Well, on our excursion, we had opportunities to pay for the photos. And we've done 3 excursions. We did 3 excursions. So we was like getting pushback for trying to bargain with the man. Like, it was crazy. Like, this is not a bargain friendly place. We quickly found out this is not a bargain friendly place, even though this is like a third world country. We not used to this at all. Not used to this. And I'm like, you see me, I see you. With sister discount, Hermana discount? No. And that's when I found out I was not a sister. Okay. So again, watch out for those expensive photo and souvenir prices. I feel like the only way you can really bargain is like if you put your foot down and you're adamant and they're not prideful. I feel like these people, well, I should say all these people, but the people that we ran to, they were very prideful, and that's probably why they wouldn't bargain with us, for real. So yeah, just be adamant, and it would help if you know Spanish. So that's another thing, they will take advantage of you once they know you don't speak Spanish. And I at least know a couple numbers. I was like, 10, 20, 30. Por photos. Like, I was really trying, y'all. I was really trying, but they still was coming for me with the prices, y'all. So just watch out for that. So yes, I recommend that excursion. I really don't have much negative to say. It was a nice excursion. I mean, like, by the end of it, I looked like a freaking dust ball. I looked like I went through the dust storm. And I'm telling you, I had the bandana, I had the glasses, but it went behind the glasses. It was on my lashes. It was in my, I had braids at the start of the trip. I had to take the braids out because my hair was so dang dirty. It was so dang dirty from all the dang dust. So just like, definitely for those kinds of excursions where you gonna get mud and stuff flying at you, you might have to bring goggles instead of glasses, but if you have glasses, then wear them. And then have your bandana, maybe you could even cover your hair too if you don't want no dirt getting your hair. What's another thing? Day 3, I can go to day 3 of our excursion. So day 3, That's when we decided to have like our more relaxed day, but we still wanted to get off the resort and like do the market, do a little bit of shopping, go to an authentic restaurant because we was done having that mediocre food for that time. We was done. We was like, we want some real Dominican food, please. Because this ain't it. This is not it. And then a beach. Yeah, we wanted to go to the beach. Well, I should say spa. Beach spa. Like we was in between, but we decided to do like all of it for real. So the first, how we ended up getting transported to the restaurant, that was our first stop, was the restaurant. We decided to go through this third party taxi service at the Bahia Principe. So it was still affiliated. It's still affiliated with Bahia Principe, but it's like a third party that had their booth there. Like we literally saw their booth in their lobby, and it's called the Privilege Club. And so I don't know, I guess automatically we just felt like we could trust that this was a service, a reliable service, since it's out in their lobby area. So the man approaches us and he's telling us that we can go to the mall or market area for free. And also, and we make it clear to him from the very start, like we don't only want to go to the market, we want to go to the restaurant, a real authentic Dominican restaurant, the spa/beach, and then come back to the resort. Like that was our itinerary for the whole day. And he's like, yeah, Mamacita, I can get a good deal for you. I know this taxi service. We can provide these services. It's the Privilege Club. These are guest privileges. Like he's talking all this talk, y'all. And I'm getting my pesos out. I'm ready to go shopping and all. You know, we don't speak much Spanish. That's another thing. So he calls up the guy that he knows, and and this is supposed to be the boss. This is how he's telling us. This is the boss of the taxi service that he knows. And he said to go to the mall is free. So mind y'all, we know that the mall is free, but everything else we're still pending to get a charge for. We were like, okay, how much the other stuff is gonna cost, but they're giving us a runaround. But by that time we're already in the taxi. The taxi picks us up, takes us to the mall. And we say we don't want to go to the mall because it's like, it's so Americanized. It's like, this ain't the real deal. We want the real deal. Like we came here for the culture. And so he takes us to the restaurant because we already hungry at that point. Like, okay, we don't need to be at this mall anymore. Like, take us to eat then. So I gotta say, the restaurant, the taxi driver recommended, was very nice. It was off the beach. Playa de Cortico, I like that area. Recommend. It was called Captain's Hook. Yes, the restaurant was called Captain's Hook. Food, oh my God, so fresh. I didn't try any other spots outside of the seafood off the resort. But wow, I had got a whole platter, and that's the one time I feel like we actually got a good deal for the amount of anything we got. Like, there was a one thing that didn't cost so much there. Like, for real, we got a authentic seafood platter with lobster tails, calamari, shrimp, crab, all for $30. Like, this is what we've been missing, and we've been like nitpicking the resort food. We was so happy to finally eat a good meal and feel a little bit full. So after the restaurant / beach, the beach was off the restaurant, so we knocked both of those out. And the taxi driver says he's gonna stay with us and be our security. Yeah. So he stayed with us off to the side when we were eating our food, taking our pictures on the beach. And then I'm talking to our server, a local, and he's recommending, we telling him like, what's the good spots for nightlife out here nearby our resort. and as well as what's a good spa, because that was our next destination slash the rest slash market, like, since we didn't really get an authentic experience at the mall. So we was like, okay, we're something nearby the restaurant that's like we could get a massage and go do some shopping, and we could go back to the resort. Something so simple. But we did spend a lot of time eating and at the beach, like a good 2 hours, and the taxi driver stayed with us, mind you. So the server gives us a good recommendation. It's literally like a 2-minute walk down from the restaurant. And the taxi driver's following us after we eat. We check out. He's following us to the market down the street slash where we can get our massages. So me and my friend, we find a good deal there. The server recommended. It was like $30. No, it was $20 for a 30-minute massage, each of us. And that was decent, because in the States it could be $60 for 60 minutes and up, and that's on the lower side for just a full body massage. So the massage was good. It was by a local. We really felt like we was in these streets, but safe though. And then the market was around. Literally, it was like kind of like a hole in the wall kind of deal, but the market, it had what we wanted, that aesthetic, that ambiance, that we really like giving the money to the people. So, mid through my friend's massage, the taxi driver finally has the pricing for him staying with us, driving us to that one destination. Well, mind you, we had 3 that we wanted to go to, but that literally was one destination, the restaurant, and we walked down the street. 2 minutes to walk down the street, and this man wants to tell us that his boss, this isn't his quote, but it's his boss's quote, it's going to be $100 for one stop that we, out of the 3 that we, the other 2 we didn't get for real. And he says that the first stop was $80, and any additional hour is gonna be another $20. And we're like, sir, we've been asking you from the start what the freaking quote was. If we knew it was gonna be by time and not by destination, your pricing, we would have went back to the resort sooner and maybe caught another like taxi, Uber, like a legit taxi service. But yeah, that's when the scamming just killed the freaking day, because it's like, wow, how you gonna sit up here and wait till like mid-massage to give us this expensive transportation price? Like, I was baffled. And we was cool with the taxi driver. We was putting him on some juvenile. I'll put that clip in here. We was putting on some
Dominicano! We put it on! You like? Me gusta! Y'all already know the classic. We gotta bring the classic out here.
We never been rude to nobody. We was really just trying to have a good time on our vacation. Just for him to kill the mood like that. And he only speaking Spanish, but he really thought he could outsmart us for real. Like, man, we were so ready to get back to the resort. But mind you, we're in the market area. So we tell him, let us finish our massages, do like 10 minutes of shopping. And this man is vamos. And we're like, oh, so you gonna switch up like that? You gonna switch up like that because we trying to bargain down the price for the taxi service that we didn't freaking know? This was through the third party. The man said he could get us a good price just for him to turn around and backstab us. So we're over here calling back the guy we met in the lobby that arranged this taxi service for us, and he's over here. He speaks more English than all of them. So we were like, okay, let's call him and tell him what's going on, because we got this arrangement from him, and I feel like maybe it's a misunderstanding. And so we're calling him back, and this man gonna sit up here and say that it's not his problem. Take it up with the taxi driver. We're trying to plead to him like I think he got the wrong idea. We didn't know the pricing was by time. We thought it was by destination because when we arranged it with you, we said we wanted to go 3 places, not just to the mall. We wanted to go all these places, and you never told us it was gonna be this much money. So they be in on it together, and you can literally get scammed in the resort lobby. So watch out. I'm not gonna say it's only Bahia that do this. Anybody, they can come for anybody, anywhere. So just be like, it's such, you got to be on guard on vacation. That's exactly how I felt as an African American female in the Dominican Republic. That was a mouthful, but it's exactly how I felt. So irritated, very irritated and upset that we got scammed out of $100, y'all. We took another L, a big L, because like we work hard for our money. I don't think these people understand that Americans work hard for their money, and to come here and try to like put money into y'all's country and be treated this way, I won't be coming back anytime soon, just for that reason, and the colorism, and the colors. Those are 2 big ones that just killed the trip all throughout the scamming and the colorism. And that kind of leads me to the culture. Like I told you, if you don't know Spanish, you're probably gonna get taken advantage of. And another example that I had witnessed that I know is, again, colorism, and us getting taken advantage of, was that we got a quote for photo prices. The photo scam, we had 2 occurrences. So the man they make up tax rates there, y'all, and they be high as heck. Like literally one, if you use your card, it's like automatically they gonna be like 25% and above. Like, and then some I'd be like, okay, she not going for it, let's make it 20%. Like, I'm telling you, they make up tax rates on card transactions, so watch out for that. And then, like I said, another colorist thing about that photo scam we experienced was the man giving us the quote for $70 for 30 photos, and I'm right next to a Hispanic girl, and she's from America as well, and we was mingling with her on the buggy excursion. So it's the end of the excursion, we about to buy the photos, we swipe our card, got scammed, okay, we took the L, and the girl's bargaining. She's actually successfully bargaining with this man, and just because she speaks Spanish. Mind you, I'm over here saying, I don't really need all these photos because I only like a couple. And he's like, no, it sells in a package. Mamacita, sells in a package. And she's over here speaking that Spanish to him, running him the numbers. And she was more persistent. I give it to her. But he literally gave her 3 photos for $15. Let that sit, y'all. That's all I gotta say. Watch out for the photo scam. Watch out for that photo scam and the taxi scam. Those are 2 popular ones in the Dominican Republic. They will hush you out your money so fast, your hard-earned money, and you are not a sister at all. Don't try to hermana them because they don't see you that way. This is literally my experience. Another thing that happened at the resort that I feel like kind of goes in the culture category was, I believe it was the night we had came back from the market, or was it was one of the nights on the resort that we had came back from being I think it was from the lobby. Yeah, we was coming from the lobby area, and we was trying to get a cart, but we was having a hard time. So we see a security guard, but he's on a motorcycle, so he can't take us because he's on a motorcycle, or I mean scooter. And he doesn't speak much English, but we're asking him a question, and he's literally staring at us, and he's like, "Where the cart at? Can we go back to our villa? Because it's like dark, and it'll be safe for us if we go that way." And he's like, he points over there, and we're like, okay, we see the cart guy, and we asked him, all right, can you take us to our villa? And so we hop on, we get all the way to our villa, and mind you, we did not know the security guard was still looking at us and following the cart. Like he must have been a good distance away for us not to notice him. So when the cart parks outside our villa and we're walking, the security guard just speeds up and parks right in front of our villa and stares at us while we were walking to our villa. And I'm like, it's dark. And you remember I was at the street lights, and I was like trying to make conversation with him, like, so he know we see him. And I'm like, so this is our villa, right? Senor, is this our villa? And he said, he don't say nothing. He's just staring. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so creepy. And my friend, she's like, girl, he just got off his bike. He's following us. And we're running up the steps like some get out for real. We like, ah! Man, we was on edge all that night. This was a security guard on the resort, y'all. And that's only one of the creepy occurrences that we witnessed. Well, I should say experienced. Being on the resort, I just ain't never had to run away like that on a resort. Oh my goodness, I don't want to know. I'm not sure if that's the culture where the men they be so much in awe that they start doing stuff like that. Or another thing, I feel like they can be passive aggressive as well. So another example that had happened, but this wasn't, I was a resort worker. It was a excursion. It was through our third excursion we booked on our fourth day. It was our last day. Because you remember how I said day 3 was our market day. So I'm on to day 4. So day 4, we did the Sihona Beach Island excursion. And it was nice. I can't lie. Dominican Republic has beautiful beaches. I will not downplay that. And it sucks that our experience can't go just off of the environment, because if it would be up there if it went off just the environment. But no, we have categories we gotta acknowledge, and I can't just put all my eggs in just the scenery, because the scenery can go to poo-poo real fast if you treat it bad. So that's what we learned on the trip. It can go poo-poo real fast. But I do recommend seeing the Sahona Island, because it's something that you would see in a movie. Like, it's so beautiful. It's like such a paradise, and it's actual island. I've never done that before. Seen an island, been on an island like that with the sand soft and the beautiful water, all shades, coconut trees. You could take pictures any freaking where because the light's gonna hit. The waves nice and calm, like you could just swim, like float out there for real. I'll put some clips in so y'all can just admire it as well. But yeah, we recommend that one. The only thing is, before we even got to the island, again, we had a bad experience with a taxi driver, or shuttle, we should say shuttle driver. But it turned out it wasn't even our shuttle driver doing this to us. So the excursion is 9 hours long. It picks us up well, in the email it said it would pick us up at the front of the resort, but because they couldn't get to the lobby, I guess they weren't, allowed to get through. And so we accepted that. We might have to take a walk if we can't get a golf cart. We wasn't new to it because this is our last day. We've been through this with the golf carts. So me and my friend, we made sure to be on time, eat breakfast early, and then start walking. So as we're going down the steps of the lobby to get to the outside, we see a guy with the same company logo on his van that's in our email. And we go straight to the van. We didn't see him because we was just so much in a rush. We walked past him accidentally. It was all an accident. It was never intentional. So we walked past him. We go straight to the van because we're like, oh, okay, that might be the van. And we're thinking someone's on the other side of the van. Like, how you can't see on the other side until you come around the van. So we was thinking maybe we'll see the driver on the other side since he wasn't in the van. And so when we see no one's on the other side, we turn back around. We see the guy right there. But he doesn't have no same logo on his shirt, but he has a list. He has a list. So we was like, oh, okay, sorry, we passed you up. Because mind you, I think he was trying to get our attention, but like we was just tunnel vision because we didn't want to be late. We didn't want to waste our money, you know what I'm saying? How you just be such in a rush, you don't see people. So, okay, is our name on the list? And he was like, he shows us like 3 names on the list. It's not ours. So we was like, oh, shoot. Okay, so you must not be our person. So we started walking. We accepted that we're going to walk because we can't get a golf cart right here early in the morning. And you don't want to be late. So it's a 10-minute walk from the lobby to the entrance. And the man said, okay, your name's not on the list. He saw our ticket and everything. He asked for the ticket twice, actually, because he was trying to make sure, we didn't need to be added to the list or anything. And he was like, okay, that's fine. We need to go, sir. We need to go. Okay, all that flirting and stuff, we can't do that right now because we need to go. And that's another thing I was talking about, the courtesy. Like, the courtesy of our time and our freaking, evasion of privacy also has been just uprooted a lot on this trip, and it was very uncomfortable for us as females. So we continue walking. It's a long walk. At some point, the man gets in the van and drives past us, honks at us, sees us walking, doing this a long walk, and honks at us, drive past us, meets us at the entrance. Y'all, meets us at the entrance. And then he gets out the car and smiles in our face because we didn't flirt with him. Talk about petty. I ain't never met someone as petty as that. I'm like, in America, I ain't never experienced this. He was a lighter skinned Latino. Mind you, I don't want to say it was the color of his thing. Maybe it was just like an ego, being hurt, a little bit. But I was just like, what y'all think, guys? What y'all think? Because I was just so mad. I was so mad. Me and my friend could not believe that this man was that petty to drive past us and not even offer to take us. And he's literally the same company as our excursion. We found out when we got to the entrance, he was in the same company as our excursion. He could have easily took us to the front and just told us that the other van is 2 vans. There's a lot of people that need to go to the island. So the other van's going to be yours, but I could take you up there. Be a freaking gentleman. You would have got more points, sir. If you really wanted to flirt, you could have got more points there. I was so baffled. So that was day 4, and that's at the start, before we even got to start the excursion. We had another bad occurrence happen to us. as women. And then it gets even, I don't want to say worse, but we keep experiencing. Like every time we try to brush it off, another thing happens. It was persistent stuff like this, a passive aggressiveness with the males there, and then the colorism from the males. It was, majority of it was male interaction, and it makes me want to recommend to you guys, if you do go, I feel like this would be more like a family vacation to do, or like to go with your significant other. If you're female, bring your male, because I feel me and my friend agreed they would have not tried us like this so many times too, with the scamming and the flirtatious advances, and then we turn them down. They get all passive aggressive with us. We would have not experienced as much as we did in such a negative light if we had been, I want to say, with more people, because we also ran into another group of females from Canada that had similar things to say as us, and there was like a group of 5 of them, and they still was being scammed like this, and like getting that passive aggressiveness as well. So I can't just say it was only me saying this. It kind of confirmed it, honestly. And the colorism, yeah, there was a couple, yes, African-American Canadian girls we ran into, and they said some similar remarks as us. So when we finally get to the island, this is one more colorist example I'm going to give y'all. And it's, like I said, it's deep rooted, because yeah, we see it here in America in our community, but it's not to this extent. It's not to this extent where you like, they degrade each other. You know what I'm saying? They degrade each other, and they be literally the same skin tone. It's crazy to me. Crazy. I've never seen it to that extent. So this example was actually on the island, and it happened to me again. It happened to me. Me and my friend both were getting it, but this time it happened to me again. And so we literally were vibing with the locals, the tour guys. They, taking photos of us on the island. Like I said, so many spots on the island you can take photos. There was the tour guide and the photographer, so they go together, they work together, they transport us to the island together, so we get more interaction with them when it comes to pricing of photos. Like I said, it's another photo scam coming up here, okay? They quoted us, like, okay, y'all, mind you, they're both dark-skinned Afro-Latinos, both dark-skinned, darker than me. And at the start of the trip, we was smiling, giggling with each other. He wasn't very flirtatious like all the other guys were trying to be with us, the tour guide. And he spoke more English, so he knows what we're saying. So I'm at the start of the trip, I really want to start on a good note with this guy, maybe get a better pricing for the photos. That's literally how I'm thinking. I'm like, I see you, you see me, you a brother, right? You a brother, right? I said, and he over here made the group name, so we all stay together for security reasons. He named our group Chocolate. So I'm like, I'm really going off of that. I'm like, oh, Chocolate, Hermana Chocolate, amiga Chocolate. I'm saying all of that to him so he gets it in his head that Hermana, give me good pricing, bro. Give me good pricing, bro. Tell me why this man quoted us 10 photos for $70. 10 photos for $70. That's worse than our first excursion photo price. After smiling and giggling in our face, like vibing with us, he gonna turn around and do that. So me and my friend, we not surprised. We not new to this. We already 4 days into the Dominican Republic. We calling a bluff. And he know English this time. This one knew English. The other one knew English, but this one, her mind know for real. And we walk away. And before we walk away, that man, he want to say that he can't bargain with us. He don't do that here. We don't do that here. That's literally the exact words that came out his mouth when we was like, vente for vente photos, trente for trente photos, no more. Like, we ain't going higher than that. Yeah, he said we don't do that here. And like, kind of disgusted with us. Like, he was like, you know, we don't do that here. I'm like, oh, okay, that was your English. That's what you want to say to us. So we walk away, and we don't look his way anymore of the trip. We just want to know when it's time to go, so we can be all together and we don't get left. That's it. And mind you, he don't talk to us, look our way either. So the energy is mutual. We accepted it. We're not hermanas. We're not hermanos. Okay. And the photographer was just trying to get his money. Like, he's trying to get his money. He's the one that did all the work, and that tour guy was calling all the shots for him just because he spoke in more English. Like, it's sad that they do that to each other, that they are not more like partners in this, you know, and trying to bargain with us. Like, he had all the say in bargaining with us, and that's what sucked, because the photographer was actually nice. He was probably the nicest one on the excursion to us. And he did get on the ground, was doing all of the photo poses and angles that we wanted. And I appreciated that, brother. I did. I appreciated him. And I did feel like he deserved his money. I did, but not that much. That sucked that they do that to each other. And that's not even an example that set it off for me to call it colorism. The one that call it colorism and when they came for me was when that same tour guide, this was before we got to the photo scan, we was mingling some more. And we over here, we was done eating. We just got done eating. That's right. This is how it happened. We just got done eating. He was about to tell us the price of the photos, but he was mingling with us some more. And he had a fork in his hand. Some random fork was on the side. And he puts the fork in his friend's hair. Mind you, his friend has a perm. Dark-skinned with a perm. Our friend said he looked like James Brown. And he puts it in his dead ends. Like, it's very stringy perm. It's been salted down. The salt water got to, new growth is showing. He needs time for another one if he wants to keep this look. You know what I'm saying? It's been wet for probably a while now. And it's growing. His fro is coming out and the ends are stringing. And he's putting it through his new growth. Like a joke, and laughing at him. I was like, how you gonna laugh at your friend like that? And that was so insensitive to me, because I'm a freaking, well, they don't know, but y'all don't know, I'm a naturalista. I'm a natural hair enthusiast. Like, that hurt me that they did that to each other. And they gonna turn around. That same tour guy gonna turn around and put the fork in my curls. Mind you, I'm gonna put a photo here. I had my big old fro nice and just thick, and it was getting dry because the sun out there was just, you know what I'm saying? But it was still the tangle. And for him to put the fork in my hair too and try to laugh at me, I'm like, you must not know who I am. Don't talk to me no more. And just for that reason, no, you definitely not gonna get your money. Like, how dare you? How dare you? Again, that is not my brother. I do not claim that man. I do not know that man. What Kiki said, I don't know
who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
That's literally how I felt. We are strangers. But yeah, y'all, that pretty much sums up the whole trip. I of why I won't be going to the DR anytime soon. My friend was kind of set on not going back ever again because it was just poo. It was poo. I rated it a 4 out of 10. And me and my friend also agreed that if we did a better resort, maybe it could have been a 6 out of 10, but still those deductions come from the scammers, the passive aggressive males, and the scammers, the passive aggressive males, and the colorism. Those were the 3 big ones that I took points from, and that just makes me not feel welcome there. I didn't feel safe there. I didn't feel like I trust anybody after all the following around, the harassment I experienced, and the scamming opportunities. They looked at us like money bags, and I didn't even feel that in Africa. So yeah, new videos coming up soon. I will be telling y'all about my Jamaican experience because it was literally the exact opposite. I would go back to Jamaica anytime. Same with Ghana. Yes, y'all. So just stay tuned because Chala Luke's gonna give it to you real. And comment, like, and subscribe.